Mr. Matt Morris is gone, but I have two new guests here. The first two players of the Europe versus Korea clan war. It's for honor and glory. And yesterday, Europe was off to a good start. I'm with LawLiet and EfFeCt, Korea and Sweden here. Welcome to the broadcast,
Thank you.
guys.
Hello.
Hello. EfFeCt, yesterday Europe did extremely well. Did you expect that?
I know the rest of the Russian guy. I play a lot of 404, so I just came on the back end and just followed their lead, and it went well. I was sort of the punching bag,
Yeah.
but maybe that was for the best.
Okay, I thought maybe they hold a grudge against you because you insulted them or something, but that was just.
I hope not.
I hope not. Yeah, I think you're a pretty nice guy, so there's no reason for that. For you, Warcraft 3 is kind of like a family affair, right?
It is.
So, how did you get into the game, and since when are you playing?
We probably started like 2004, 2005. I don't really remember how we started. Always played a lot of strategy games, Command and Conquer, Red Alert, and I think we saw a demo for Warcraft 3, Reign of Chaos, and we just fell in love instantly.
So it's you and your brother, right?
That's right.
Together. And what's fascinating to me nowadays that there's such a strong scene in Sweden. You have your clan, obviously. The guys that just seem to have a lot of fun together.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? Or is someone responsible for that, like being the glue?
I think Scott has a lot to do with it. He's really what's keeping the Swedish team together, and we have a lot to owe to him for the success we have.
Okay, first good thing I hear about Scott.
Oh, he's a nice guy.
All right. So, LawLiet,
Yes.
of course, we've seen you before at GCS competitions.
Yeah, of course.
How does it feel to be in the US?
It's first time for me, so it's really awesome and something nervous because I play Blizzard game and I'm here in Blizzard. It's really good.
Nice to be able to make you so happy. So, throughout the last year, you were living in a team house together with your teammates.
Yeah.
How was the atmosphere there? Did it improve your game in the last year?
A little, but uh, uh, no more tournament in last year,
Okay.
so it's not good for me.
Okay, yeah, obviously. But are you still in touch with Sok and Chimiko and so in?
Mm.
Okay, good. Friendship still running over. So, you will face each other now. And yesterday, Korea didn't do well. Do you think that will change today?
Yeah, cause yesterday we played 4-on-4, but our race is 2 night elves, 2 orcs. It's not good for 4-on-4, so we changed Lin's race. But Lin is really good, but I play some bad, so we lose. But today, I think I'm good on 1-on-1, so uh, uh, I will do my best
All right.
today.
So for you, it's kind of like the biggest competitions you've been in, right? It's
It is.
European Nations Cup 2008 was something you participated in.
Yeah.
Do you feel nervous now that you're on the big stage?
Not really. I think I'm sort of the underdog, so at the moment I feel no pressure. I'll just do my best, and we'll see what happens.
How do you feel about the matchup in general? Is it like a strong suit of yours, or?
I think Yuma vs. Nightlife has a lot to do with maps. Some maps is amazing, but especially with the new maps, it's it really 50-50 about the maps.
We know, of course, that you are the master of the Warden since 2015. Now that Blink got changed, do you still think you can play the Warden like you did before?
No, I don't think so. I will play TH.
Okay, thank you.
Nice. All right, guys, then I think it's time for you to go to the battle stations. We will get our casters here on the couch, and I wish you both good luck and have a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. First best of 3 is coming up on hopefully a few new maps here as well. And we're going to be joined by our co-casters here. Yesterday, as we said, Korea were kind of defeated, the motherland of Warcraft, basically. But Europe kicked their ass twice. And here we see the players again. So, yeah, as LawLiet said, it's going to be a different environment. 4-on-4 is fun, FFA is fun, but what the community or what the competitive players are practicing for is obviously one-on-one. That's where the money is, that's where the glory is. And I think my casters are set. It's 3 Europeans. Welcome, Grubby. Welcome, Foggy and Hawk.
Thank you. Microphone works.
I think so.
All right, all good. Ready to cast this game, guys?
Yeah,
I'll-
we are ready and waiting for this match.
We'll be relying on you guys because this is your matchup, human night elf, right? So let's see how it goes as they're getting into the game. Initial thoughts, guys, on the chances here, LawLiet and EfFeCt?
LawLiet is always very strong versus Night Elf. Probably he's one of the best or the best player in the world. And he always beat top human like EnV, TH.
And Hawk.
Mic a little higher.
Oh. Okay.
Just like in front of your mouth.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
that's good. Yeah, so you also have experience playing against LawLiet?
Yeah. He always plays Warden and Panda.
Yeah, Warden probably is the best hero versus human, and these Korean players play Warden really well.
I hear that the game is started, so let's jump right into it, and I'll ask you guys a few more things about it. But here we are with the first match on what map is that? I assume
Amazonia.
Amazonia. There we go. There we don't go yet. There we go. That was like an undead version of the map for a little bit. All right, it looks like we'll have to do a little bit of a pause. There's a small sound issue. So while we try to work that out, I wanted to ask you guys a few more things. For example, you say that LawLiet is the best night elf maybe in the world right now, and
Versus human.
versus human.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, versus human.
And that he makes use of Warden, but not everyone does. You say Warden is probably the best. So what would be the reason not to use Warden? Is it weaker against early attacks? Is it very difficult to make the early game work? What's the reason?
It's about he can't kill peasants on a late game when he have level 5. Just blink and kill all peasants.
But why no everyone go Warden?
It's depend of map. Most of the map not so easy get Warden level 3. And after level 3 Warden is better than Demon Hunter, for example, level 3.
Okay.
So map where you can't creep your Warden fast, Demon Hunter is more safe and comfortable.
So if you take something like Echo Isles, a very straightforward map with 2 fixed spawn locations and a relatively average rush distance, you want to go Warden, you go for the Ancient of War on the mercenary camp. Is that exploitable in any way by the human? Can they do like a quick tavern tower rush or something of the like that only works against Warden but not against Demon Hunter?
It's can be, but now it's not safe because many Night Elf players study how to very well defense with it. So after WCG, when Sky Tower rushed Moon, Night Elf now better to defense play.
Even when opening.
Even and when opening Ancient of War. If human play very aggressive at the begin, they just can buy priest and
Don't creep it.
don't
Just
creep.
get the Shadow Priest.
Yeah, or even try to kill Archmage, take K item.
Okay, just to take the item, maybe it's a boots and energy, and then it helps with the defense, and then you just stop creeping, is it?
Yeah, I am also seeing that on WCG in 2013 when Moon played versus TH, Moon did many mistakes, cancel Ancients of War last seconds. So this strategy with Tinker.
It looked better, but it's because of maybe some mistakes
Yeah,
that made it.
only if Night Elf make mistakes. I feel that Moon just nervous in final, so he did many mistakes. So
Okay. Well, we apologize for the small delay here. We appreciate your patience. We know everyone is excited to get the Warcraft 3 game started, but it looks like we'll have to just wait a little bit more. But there's more to talk about. We can see that the first map is going to be Amazonia, and we have LawLiet versus EfFeCt here. And the thing is, on Amazonia, it doesn't seem very easy to take an expansion, for instance. We all know humans like to generally start the game with an expansion quicker than the Night Elf, so is it possible to take an expansion here without really getting messed up by like a wisp that detonates your water elemental?
It's very hard, yeah. Oh. It's very hard is if you use 2 wisps and dispel 2 elements, and by priest from mercenary camp, you just eliminated from demon hunter, and if you use immolation maybe, and 2 archers.
Yeah, all your units get so hurt.
Yeah.
Is it still possible though, or are we going to see a one-base strategy from EfFeCt?
Riflemen's.
Rifle. It's good.
Yes, it's good sometimes.
No,
but you need perfect timing for it.
Yes. No.
I think these days a rifle push strategy is absolutely not effective.
But it's so fun.
It's a very old school strategy, but now I think it's about study and experience that many Night Elf professional players just know how to play with rifle push.
Okay. So Warcraft 3 has been out for a long time. Riflecaster used to be all the hype in this matchup, and Night Elf would try to slow down the Riflecaster push with Staff of Preservation, kill a unit, go back, get bears. But there was another strategy as well that kind of worked from one base, and I'd like you guys to tell me if that's still viable. So you go one base as human, you go tier 2, but you get casters and mortars from one base. And if there's any fairy dragons, you add a few flying machines. Does this work at all from one base, in your opinion?
It works sometimes. You know, Reprisal player.
Reprisal, right?
Yeah. He play versus Moon. This strategy is very good. I play sometime. And but now Foggy can how to beat this strategy.
So what's the key?
Yeah, it can work 2 times, but I think if human play one base, Night Elf just play very safe defense, and Night Elf have Moonwells. So for human it's very hard because human must come to Night Elf base.
Okay, so in your opinion, does that mean Amazonia should be a must-win for LawLiet, considering how difficult it is to get an expansion and the validity of the other strats not being that good?
Expansion give more opportunity, and human decide what he can do: rush fast or try maybe go tier 3.
All right, well, let's see how that works out. We get some good news, pleasant tidings from the production here, as it looks like the game is ready. The game has been restarted and all order has been restored. Here we see our first players squaring off in the first match of the day. It's a one-on-one. The true try-hard games here, the true competitive matches between active players, EfFeCt representing Europe and LawLiet representing Korea.
So Foggy, what you beat? Demon Hunter or Warden?
Warden.
Warden on this map?
Yeah, this map better for Demon Hunter, because Warden very hard to get level 3, but I know LawLiet so much love Warden, so he can play this map. And with Warden it's also very effective to come expansion and try harass.
So the abilities that the Warden would choose, if that's what he goes for, Fan of Knives and Shadow Strike?
No Shadow Strike.
No Shadow Strike, just Fan of Knives, Blink for safety.
Yeah.
You're right, it's gonna be the Warden.
Yeah, I think it's also depend of a situation, because Fan of Knives very good versus Peasant and Footmans when Warden will get level 3.
Sure.
But Shadow Strike is very good versus Archmage.
Right, so it depends if you want to focus units and economy or focus the hero, kill him over and over.
Yeah, but the problem is that EfFeCt, if he will go expansion, he can get potion,
Greater healing
great
potion.
healing potion,
And that would just make Shadow Strike useless.
yeah.
So what happened here? Why did you can explain, Hog? Why did he send the footman to get purged?
That Archmage don't use Lightning Shield.
So the pro gamers in Warcraft 3 got so good over the years at manipulating the AI of various creeps that now players can perfectly make the opponents, make the AI, make the creeps cast Lightning Shield on one of your units. If you align your Wisp, your Archer and your Hero in such a way that the creep sees the perfect chance to deal maximum damage with Lightning Shield, he will do it. And the result is you will use that Lightning Shield against the other creeps, helping a lot with the extra damage on them. You'll creep faster and more efficiently. All you gotta do is make sure you pull that unit away, because the source of the Lightning Shield is the creep. So you will deny yourself experience if that's the final hit. But when used well, it's a great tool for players to use it. And so EfFeCt sent the footman to get purged so that he doesn't have enough mana for Lightning Shield, effectively slowing down the creeping of LawLiet. Very smart move, and very good creeping by him as well, dodging all the relevant detonations by the Wisp, splitting his Water Elemental and Archmage. And he finished the creep camp that was supposed to be so tough, that we talked about so long.
Yeah, EfFeCt also very good use manipulate and Golem go far away, so he have creeped all creeps and then Golem. But I have no idea why LawLiet didn't try focus Archmage now.
Oh right, like some Shadow Strike, kill the Archmage.
Yeah, only now he try.
And he gets some good auto attacks in as well with the Blink, stealing the Cloak of Shadows, which could potentially be a nice escape there for EfFeCt. Now with enough... Oh, Wand of Mana Steal, so that's the last Shadow Strike. And that means the Archmage will probably survive. There's not enough mana for Blink or Shadow Strike. This is very close right now. Blink costs 50 mana. We can see the Warden is languishing at around 20.
Survive.
Yeah.
But he can't heal.
He needs the Shadow Priest, but we can see that LawLiet is the one trying to hire the Shadow Priest bottom right with some Wisps. And he gets it, but does he lose it?
Oh, he attack his Berserk, so creeps take attention and attack Archer.
Yeah, so again, creep AI manipulation, right?
Yeah.
Creeps in Warcraft 3, ladies and gents, are real bandwagoners. If they see even everyone's units attacking their own unit, they will say, yes, I agree, let's attack that one. So if you want someone to stop focusing your unit, you can give an attack command on the other units. And, you know, this is just one of the many tricks that got found out over the years, which is really cool.
Yeah, EfFeCt actually did a very good job and didn't lost any peasant.
Yeah.
And Archmage still alive. And still a book. Still a book.
Still Tome of Intelligence.
Yeah.
He just got a little smarter.
Viewers always ask why many players just don't get a book.
Yeah. What do you say? What do you say to them? Because fans ask why pros never pick up tomes. What is your answer?
Usually it's because player is too lazy.
That's your answer. I usually say I didn't see it, I was too busy, or I need to leave this place quicker to get to another place on the map quicker, right? Oh, who's gonna get the creep? Warden got it, right?
Almost free.
Plus 12 damage.
Really impressive. Slippers of agility, lucky items there for him. Claws, gets a lot of physical damage there on that Archmage. And Human doesn't really have a great way to heal the heroes early game. The major tools for Archmage to stay alive are Healing Potion, which you need tier 2 for, a Goblin Zeppelin, which you need Daylight for, and you can see it's still night. And, of course, Holy Light from Paladin. Again, you need tier 2 and that hero. And that's going to be the death of the Archmage. There's no way he stays alive under this. He goes down. Warden got the experience for that as well. So you can see the Warden starting to pay off. So now you have this juxtaposition of EfFeCt having better economy. He's got his expansion finished and the Tree of Life is done, but it's not mining yet. So this is EfFeCt's advantage. But advantages come in many different ways in Warcraft 3. For example, EfFeCt's hero is quite dead. Very dead. And LawLiet's is not.
Oh,
Nice job.
yeah. No.
A player's forces are
LawLiet did TP, lost TP. Oh, and he...
If the rock golem boulder him, he will go to 12 HP. So why did he TP to this? Maybe his main base not finished yet, and it always goes to the expo when you double click, right?
Yeah, I think he have used a double click.
Yeah. Because sometimes people will do strategy like this. They want to TP to the secret walking expansion so that they can pick up the item and get the last hit. Hawk, how do you think is the position for EfFeCt now? He's lost his hero, but he's got a good economy.
Doesn't matter. He have good economy.
Doesn't matter. Ignore the little things.
Yeah, actually, second level Archmage died. It's...
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
All peasants are still alive.
Okay. Archmage is now
But
free.
I think LawLiet go to solo Warden. So
No
past
panda.
level 5.
So, Hawk, what do you think? It will be tier 3 for human or tier 2
On this
push?
map, I think go to tier 2. Very small map for tier 3. And no second gold mine for human.
So at how much food how much money do you think EfFeCt should save up to make a big over 50 food push?
1000 maybe.
1000 gold,
Players'
enough
forces
farms,
are
and
under
then start.
Yeah.
So a pretty quick tier 2 timing push.
Yes.
And he's gonna make mortars, breakers, casters, I guess.
Maybe a rifleman's.
A few rifles.
It's for a fast push.
Okay.
Oh,
No, he go to tier 3.
Okay.
but I like it
Town is
that
under
he
siege.
decided to go tier 3. I think with Warden it's much safe.
Yes, more HP.
Yeah, because Warden level 5,
Player's
level
forces
6,
are under attack.
very effective versus casters.
Hard to win with army
Yeah, and
without mechanicals.
now no Panda versus tanks, for example.
Okay, so Warden Panda is great, but Warden can be great to get quick level 5, the Avatar Vengeance, and really what EfFeCt then is trying to do is to exploit that weakness. No fire breath, so tanks are more effective. Well, let's see if it pays off. Zeppelin goes down quick,
Oh,
nice
okay.
quick Hippogriff. Oh! Does he still have Blink? It got cancelled, right? He's gonna Blink.
Yeah.
Next Stormbolt in 3, 2, and he gets slowed by the Dryad. He can just not reach the Warden.
I think now LawLiet have no idea about EfFeCt go tier 3, so because LawLiet must take Panda.
Oh, nice block on the Stormbolt with the invul. So yeah, you're saying if he had scouted it, he would definitely get a...
Yeah, and he needs Panda and go fast grip level 3
Right.
versus tanks. But Warden level 5 is not effective versus tanks.
Right. So he will be entirely reliant on trying to kill heroes while scrambling to keep his base alive against steam tanks.
Yeah, and Paladin is very good versus Warden.
Wow, Ruined Bracers. Very lucky item there for EfFeCt. Very useful. It's going to reduce 33% any damage that the hero gets. Shadow Strike specifically is going to be much less effective. Meantime, Warden gets very close to level 6 though.
Under siege.
But I think level 6
forces
is
are
not
under
okay
attack.
versus tier 3.
Not like insta-win.
Yeah, because maybe human will go Griffons and tanks.
And then there are no bodies to
Yeah.
use for the Avatar Vengeance. Just in case some viewers may not know what Warden gets, at level 6 heroes unlock the ultimate ability. They have one choice at this and they don't have to choose it, they can upgrade basic abilities, but if you choose the ultimate you have the potential to get much more powerful if it's a good one. Warden gets Avatar Vengeance and it is very strong. It summons little vengeance spirits that are invincible from the corpses of fallen allies or foes. Normally this gets used to harass peasants for free without towers being able to defend against it, kill casters, and so on and so forth. So now LawLiet is killing his own units. It seems he knows the strategy choice of tanks by now. So he's trying to make his food go down so that he has space to fit in a panda without going over 50 food. LawLiet wants to continue getting 100% of his gold rather than paying an upkeep of 30% over everything that he earns. So he's playing eco game. The question is, does he have enough time? EfFeCt is already at 61 food and has started a big push of tanks already.
Yeah, LawLiet now should go over 50. Because I think it's time. He already have 1,500 gold.
It's enough?
Yeah.
So he's being very greedy here. And let's see if it pays off. Tanks are on the way. Ancient of War was lost, maybe, to creep? I don't know. I thought I saw something fall.
Oh, nice creep jack. But I'm really worried about Archmage.
Yeah, it takes a lot of damage, and yet EfFeCt has not given the runed bracers to the Archmage. It's still on the Mountain King. You could pass it over to the hero that's taking Shadow Strike damage over time to reduce that. It's a little micro-intensive, and in the end it wasn't needed. All heroes are saved. Good job by EfFeCt. But let's see what havoc the tanks are wreaking. 2 have been sent here. I wonder their upgrades. It must be something like 1 or 2 attack. There we go, 1 attack upgrade, and he has started. This is unlikely to be enough to kill the tree, but it starts the point where LawLiet starts to spend quite a lot of resources just to keep it alive.
Yeah, it's not many tanks come here.
Yeah, do you think he should do like this with 2 to quickly put pressure, or should he save up more?
I think he should wait for more and maybe use Zeppelin for unexpected attack.
Zeppelin siege tank drop.
Yeah.
So maybe EfFeCt did this because he wants to buy time on the map. He wants to create space, as it were, to get the bottom right creep camp, or maybe get some goblin shop control. But if that was his attempt, LawLiet has countered this quite well by keeping an eye on EfFeCt with his warden.
I think the best what EfFeCt should do is Zeppelin drop, maybe a main Night Elf base, and try to kill gold mine.
Ah, okay.
And another 2 tanks try to kill expansion.
The tree itself or the gold mine as well?
I think maybe a 3 or gold mine is also okay.
Hawk, would you be adding griffins at this point? Do you think griffins would be useful, or do you like
Too late for griffins. I think
Too late.
you need mass knights and mortar teams.
Okay.
It's tanks not working now, but
Oh.
almost kill.
Ooh, can he get the tree? That would be pretty huge.
Maybe just kill and
Yeah,
go TP.
that's what I talk about. And another, I think he should use Zeppelin and try to kill gold mine on main base.
Ah, to really cripple the economy of LawLiet.
Yeah,
Make it difficult to take a new expansion, right?
yeah.
It looks like that didn't happen, and this tank is scouting the scenery. Him and a frog are the only ones that are in that area caring about anything. Now, LawLiet's economy has been hurt in a big way. He makes a new Tree of Life, but it won't pay off for a long time. And EfFeCt's army is growing. Knights, maybe mortars as well. Warden is level 5.5, hasn't gotten as many kills as it would in a typical tier 2 timing attack with casters. Can he staff the knight?
Oh.
He does, and it becomes magic immune, so it doesn't take damage from Shadow Strike any longer, I think.
No, he take.
Yeah?
Yes.
Still take damage.
Yes.
So the Holy Light was
It's
very important.
first damage from dagger. It's physical damage. Next. No. First magic. Next physical damage.
Oh, wow. I never knew that. Really interesting. Okay, so the Holy Light was important to keep it alive. Staff of Sanctuary has a healing effect, but it wouldn't have out-healed the Shadow Strike.
Oh, now he used Zeppelin, but
I guess that's why he didn't use it.
yeah, because to Hippogriff.
Right. But maybe he would have to go all the way around the bottom of the map.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
corner.
it's true.
It's a long route, but it might be better unscouted.
I don't understand why LawLiet don't buy Book of Retrain and go to harass peasants.
Fan of Knives, anti-magic shell,
Yeah.
blink. It would give him the level 6 he needs as well. These tanks are doomed.
So too much bears.
The bears are pretty good against breakers, knights and tanks, no?
Yeah.
There's no threat of griffins, so
No, stop.
He might still die. 45, 55, and no, he stays alive.
No, no, stop, heal everything.
I didn't.
Like-
Archmage have trouble.
Oh,
Oh, Invo comes a little late. Didn't get to block the initial brunt, and I'd say Archmage probably. Oh, he's got 2
Second
staffs.
staff.
Nice job. Hey, many Moonwells were lost. Look at that. 50 food only for LawLiet. Is that Panda 3? It's a pretty big deal. Fire Breath level 2 coming out. Helps a little bit more in the defense. There's still creeps on the map. This is pretty crazy. This is a very small map where creeps can go down very quickly. And we've still got double Granite Golem. We've got part of the Goblin Shop on the left and part of the Mercenary Camp on the bottom right. The reason... double Wisps around. Nice. But the tree went down again. At some point, some way, tanks went for the unfinished Tree of Life and either killed it and cancelled it, or it didn't get cancelled. Level 6 is reached for the Warden. That means Avatar Vengeance is available.
Or Blink level 3.
You think maybe 3-3?
Yeah.
So Blink got nerfed a little bit. It's on a 4-second cooldown now instead of 1, but it cost only 10 mana. That was Blink number 1. Does he have another in 3 seconds? He's not showing it, but he probably has it. Yeah, I think you're right. 3-3 basic abilities, no Avatar. Trying to just get some value wherever he can. LawLiet goes for some damage on the Knights. And as much as EfFeCt seems to have been in control economically, the sheer power of the Bears, the low hero levels that EfFeCt has, continue to make him unconfident about winning this game. Now keep in mind one thing, LawLiet may not have an expansion, but he can eventually uproot his main tree when the gold runs out, walk it to the expansion and get income in that way. And as much as EfFeCt has had an earlier expansion, he will also run out of gold quicker on the expansion. So if LawLiet somehow becomes impermeable, unattackable, unable to be finished off, he will eventually have more future gold in his reserves. And that's one of the ways that you can win a game of Warcraft 3, just by having a really good defense and keeping someone away from you. Pretty good upgrades, I imagine, on the Bears. We see 3-2 in upgrades with the Roar 25% buff that Bears can give themselves. That's a lot of damage. Honestly, guys, I don't see how EfFeCt will have an army that can contest this. Do you guys see it differently?
Yeah, now it's very hard because too much different between hero level.
Right. What is it? 3-2-1 versus 6-3.
no, EfFeCt tried to creep red spot, but Warden coming.
Okay. So this is obviously a very high value camp, all the more so because EfFeCt is so low on level. He really needs to put the bracers on the Archmage, I feel like. He's got him on Manticking, the one that takes Shadow Strikes the least. That is arguably most safe against Shadow Strike to begin with.
Paladin still level 1.
Yeah. No D-shield yet.
Oh.
Yeah, and I think also EfFeCt have started too late make air. So now he produce
Griffons?
griffons or hawk to catch hippogriff.
That's pretty late. I mean, I can only imagine the main is running out. I would imagine 1,000 gold maybe in the gold mine.
Oh.
It's at 280. And on the expansion, because he took it so early, 10,000. So the Amazonia expansion gold mines at least are pretty healthy. So in that sense, the end of mining there doesn't matter for a long time. In the meantime though, LawLiet has grabbed the Granite Golem with his troop of bears, bringing his panda from level 3.2 to 4.5 and granting him the Cloak of Flames, which deals 10 damage per second to everyone around him. A fantastic item for a strength-based hero at melee range who has rejuvenation to keep him alive.
Yeah, panda soon level 5, and I have no idea how EfFeCt can win this game.
Yeah, even just Drunken Haze and Fire Breath together really nullify the value of Griffins, and the upgrades on Griffins are going to be rather weak. He's up against really high hero levels, and it seems like EfFeCt really banked on tanks to bring LawLiet to his knees, but this has not yet come to fruition. So now, with the map control that LawLiet has, these long
Player's forces are under
awaited
attack.
creeps finally get cleaned up by him. He has so little care about the threat of EfFeCt that he does so under the watchful eyes of EfFeCt, and he just gets that creep camp so easily, using Warden to harass the Archmage, even as he gets the rest of the creeps.
Oh,
No.
it's too late, I think. A bit late.
A little bit late. He does get the Hippogriffs finally, so he could do some more Zeppelin shenanigans. There's one more camp that everyone cares about. True Shot goes to LawLiet from the camp at the bottom right. 4 really good items are available on this map, and most have gone to LawLiet. There's one camp left. It's the Granite Golem. And EfFeCt is starting to make a move on it. We can see him pulling the golems on the
A player's
minimap,
forces
and
are
he's starting to work on them. But his damage output is so low that the reaction time window for LawLiet is really high. And he's here once again on time. Remember, it's night time. Night elf units regenerate more, and they have more vision than human units in nighttime. It's a good time for LawLiet to push around his weight on the map. We can see also that he has a mining base again. Probably the Tree of Eternity that moved from the main base with Nature's Blessing, which gives 5 armor and more movement speed to trees. So LawLiet mining just as much as EfFeCt on equal food with vastly better hero levels. Can EfFeCt's army composition somehow avail him against this?
Yeah, EfFeCt now go over 80. So it's, I think, the only one chance, one fight with 100 limit. And try
And 3 scrolls.
yeah, and try to kill Warden, maybe.
There's one Talon. It can Fairy Fire, but this can be cast back on him by Spellbreakers. So does he have 3 heal scrolls?
No, no.
He should have, you mean?
He needed.
He has no heal scrolls here, none
attack.
here, and none here. So he's going up against Fire Breath without any heal scrolls. It's going to be rough. There are no priests either for healing. It's really only the Paladin. Normally, in an ideal world, in a more even game, when you're at certain upkeep thresholds, like 50 food, 80 food, and you don't want to go over yet because you'll start getting less income, that's the time really to stock up on items. Like Hawk is saying, 80 food would have been the time to get some heal scrolls. But as it stands, he's already gone over 90 food, hoping to win by sheer numbers, sheer damage output.
So many militia.
Well,
Town is
does
under
Fire
I think
Breath
it's his
have
last fight.
last fight, last ditch effort? That's 4 Dragon Hawks, but there's no air. So
Only 1
A
scroll.
player's forces are under attack.
yeah. 1 scroll, this is gonna be it. If somehow EfFeCt can kill a bunch of bears at the beginning, he will level up quickly, and that's gonna help him a bit, but...
Book of Retrain.
So maybe Avatar Vengeance.
Yeah, now he is really need
And
this.
he can kill the rabbit
A town
and
is
get
under
some Spirits of Vengeance out of it. It's a very awkward position because attack move is part of the fight at the beginning, but the tree is going to distract people. We see one bear going down, Paladin levels up to level 2 finally, and in comes the Warden with Blink and Fan of Knives. Fire Breath also. Where are the Dragonhawks? Are they dead already? There they are, finally. The Hippogriffs have already torn into the Griffins. Hawks finally arrive, and this is completely impossible for EfFeCt. He taps out rather early. Was it really over? The viewer may ask, and yes, indeed it was. For quite a while already, in fact. And the first game goes to LawLiet. The final chance by EfFeCt didn't work out.
I think after he kill base, he need fast mortar teams and more knights and go to push.
Yeah.
No production tanks anymore.
Right.
It's just useless.
So the first moment where he killed the Tree of Life, he TP'd out. That was fine.
Yeah.
And he had big economic advantage. Hero levels were poor, but he made more tanks, didn't he?
Yeah, but don't need it.
Don't need it. Yeah, because
You just need kill expo, not more.
one time.
Yeah.
I think EfFeCt should wait 4 tanks, use maybe Zeppelin at the begin, because he have used 2 tanks just harass but lost.
So when you say the early Zeppelin, the Zeppelin will eventually die to Hippogriff, the Hippogriff, because it was out. So your goal is drop the tanks in the best place, like the gold mine, and then it doesn't matter. You don't need to evacuate them. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, and
Even Zeppelin dies, the tanks are already there, and that's good enough.
I think he should use a way that he can don't fight with Hippogriff.
Find a way that he don't fight on the way.
Yes.
But there's no way out, right? There's no way out after the Zeppelin gets found by the Hippo.
Yes, but he should attack like a Zeppelin main base Night Elf gold mine, and this time maybe with 2 tanks try kill expansion.
Sure, the multi-pronged attack.
Yeah, and after this, go over limit, that he can contest that Panda can't creep.
Yeah, he needed a bigger, more scary army early because all the creeps went to LawLiet, right?
Yeah, like Mass Air, few Hawk and Griffons like last fight, or 2 Barrack Mass Knight.
Maybe Hawk's FFA army.
Yeah, like
tanks,
yeah.
Griffins, and inner fire.
And 3-4 of priest for inner fire. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that army. I didn't think it was gonna work that well. Here we are with the second map.
It's Tirisfal Glades.
Tirisfal Glades. 1-0 lead for LawLiet here, and thus for Korea as well. They play 4 sets of 1-on-1, best of 3s, and if it's somehow a tie, I believe, Neo, it becomes a 2-on-2 decider, isn't it?
There is a 2-on-2 anyway, so it's basically the old WC3L format.
Oh, how lovely. That's super awesome. WC3L used to be the league, guys. It was a team format league. It started out as double 2-on-2 and 3 1-on-1s. Later it became 4 1-on-1s and a 2-on-2. Who's playing the 2-on-2 for your team? Have you decided that yet?
Happy and Foggy.
Happy and Foggy. Okay. On that night. All right, so this is one of 5 matches that will determine this best of 5 of the EU versus South Korea Clanwar.
Oh.
We see.
Keeper of the groove.
Wow.
Yeah, on this map, this strategy is very good because there are 2 Mer camp with unusual creep.
Okay, talk us through it.
Assassin is with...
oh, those! The old Terenas Stand mercenaries. Like the first version of Terenas Stand had the poison guy,
Yes,
and the Murloc with the
snare.
with the
yeah.
Those are so strong.
Oh.
Here we go. Pull the creeps away with 1 wisp. Do it delicately, and you don't even lose it. Go in, and you get the Murloc.
Yeah. You remember this stat on Orc when you play Farseer, no barracks?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I think no reason for Barrack because at the beginning you have 2 units.
Yeah.
I think it's enough.
One has Shadow Melt and Poison and range, and the other has Ensnare. I mean, what else do you need? These units are better than Footman or Grunts.
Wait. Oh.
EfFeCt steal.
Okay, so EfFeCt steals the Poison guy. But the funny thing is he could just throw the net on the... He was a little late with that. Maybe had he done it earlier, the Poison guy would have been killed by the creeps. Either way, Entangle is here to... Oh, what?
Oh.
What?
The
Trent?
But why? Oh, okay, so the trends are bonus damage?
Because new patch?
Yeah, they got buffed, right?
Yeah.
Plus 3 damage?
Plus 2 damage, I think.
And I guess the Murloc already has the Entangle, as it were, with Ensnare. Right? You already have the net with the Murloc, so you don't need another Entangle.
Ah.
Forces are under attack.
But I think Entangle and Murloc it's much better.
More roots.
Yes.
All the roots in the world. Alright, so he brought the Murloc back to heal up from the Moonwell. He's going to come back. He's got 2 Murlocs and 1 Poison guy, the Assassin. And
so
the
it's tier few.
Yeah, tier 2.
Yeah, I think it's very hard to make expansion. And EfFeCt lost 1 Assassin.
Yeah. Yeah, very painful to lose that Assassin. It's a level 4 creep. How much does he cost? Maybe like 230 gold or
250.
250. Pretty expensive. Water Elemental experience goes to the keeper. It's about 42 XP, I believe. Trends will go to EfFeCt, so he gets a bit of XP out of that. But he uses his...
Oh,
nice.
beautiful! So fast surround. Where I think this map may be Mountain King better for human. Seems like Archmage
Just gets bullied.
yeah, because this map about Camp creep, so you need catch.
Right.
And
You need some kind of stun or root effect.
MK, I think, much better for this.
So by that reasoning, Undead on this map should go Crypt Lord with Impale. And and Orc should go Shadowhunter with Hex first.
Probably.
Or maybe Dreadlord and Sleep, so you can kill the creeps with Sleep. Anyway, EfFeCt has done a good job of salvaging a very poor situation by getting the surround on the keeper. The keeper is not level 2 yet, so that means he cannot cast Entangle as of yet. But he gets the double ensnare on the Footman. This is terrible for EfFeCt. Great for LawLiet. Gets the experience that will give him level 2 bonus. Oh, the self-kill. Well done by EfFeCt. He's gone for the deny. Wow, very impressive. So no level 2 on the keeper yet. And EfFeCt's goal here is singular. He wants to self-kill his Water Elemental to deny XP. And level 2 for the keeper, and he succeeds!
Oh,
Wow!
so good.
Nice deny.
Nice play by EfFeCt.
Now the Naga Sea Witch comes out. In patch 129 PTR, Naga Sea Witch has gained 20 movement speed, going from 270 to 290. She used to be rather cumbersome and slow, and has now become faster.
It's
Oh,
Keep Riders.
no, it's
Fairy
Fairy
Players'
Dragons.
forces are under attack.
And where is Rifleman's?
He'll make them. I guess he doesn't have money yet. Yeah. So no lumber mill, that means no guard towers. Rifleman helps against fairy dragons, but fairy dragons are hard to focus fire. 1, they cannot be storm bolted, so they can't be focused that way. 2, they have an ability called phase shift that allows them to, on autocast, automatically shift out of existence for about 2 seconds when they take any attack from anyone at all. So whenever you try to focus fire them, even with a rather large rifleman force, they will initially become evasive, and then when they come back you can try to finish them off. In fact, he's gonna have trouble locking those fairies down, and that's the name of this game basically. Lockdown. LawLiet has gone for full lockdown. And Snare, Entangle, Naga Sea Witch with the movement speed slow from the Frost Arrow, and then Fairy Dragons, which are untouchable. He wants to have control of this match. Whereas EfFeCt, all his lockdown is entrenched in Stormbolt, which will only work on heroes. In the meantime, Fairy Dragons are gonna wreak havoc. And what you guys need to know at home, Fairy Dragons are not a normal army unit. They're not a normal unit. Like, this is extremely unusual to see such a force being amassed. It's a special strat with a special opening hero by LawLiet. But it looks good, doesn't it, guys?
Yeah, I think EfFeCt will very surprised about this.
He hasn't scouted
And
yet.
I think now he had not enough. He has not enough riflemans
Yeah.
to fight.
To be this aggressive, right?
Yeah, so LawLiet now understand and show his fairy dragons.
Entangle and Snare, the rifles are rooted. They try to take down the fairies, but look at that phase shift. Each fairy dragon gets hurt, but ultimately survives. 2 rifles have gone down, the 3rd falls also. 0 fairies have fallen as of yet.
No, one fairy died.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
1 fairy dragon. And they cost 160 gold. They're about 20% cheaper than a rifleman.
Yeah, but other
Town is
side,
under siege.
no dispel
Players' forces
for
are
Night
under
Elf.
attack.
Sure, so water
So-
elemental is good.
Yeah, water element is very effective.
So if you just look at the game now, LawLiet has a big advantage. But let's say if both players go creeping for 5 minutes, EfFeCt will get better and better off.
Yeah, I think EfFeCt now have better heroes, like Archmage and MK is better than Keeper of the Grove and Naga.
But early fights will favor LawLiet, and he's sharking around. He probably doesn't have Ultra Vision because Hunter's Hole is not required for Fairy Dragons. The water elementals are the key here for EfFeCt. They do good damage, and he can try to focus fire. He's going after the keeper with a Cyclone on the Naga Sea Witch, and the staff is on the keeper. One more bolt could finish him off, but he manages. Oh,
Nice. Beautiful.
Oh.
But he loses army.
The immediate Cyclone on the Naga meant she could not use Staff of Preservation to save the keeper, but yeah, the army has been lost.
Only one rifleman.
Yeah. Should he go?
I think he will make a gyrocopter.
Yeah, flying machines come out, and flying machines are faster than fairy dragons, so essentially they can win against fairies, but it takes about 500,000 years to take down that many fairies with one flying machine. So let's see.
Now he has 2.
Yeah, they're both 1% life. Wow. He could kill 2
Very
fairies.
nice.
Yeah, EfFeCt proving to be resilient.
Oh no.
Behind.
Is that the best death sound in the game? Okay, so the EfFeCt has shown his hand. LawLiet has applied pressure in EfFeCt's base, seeing the next response, which is going to be flying machines. So flying machines have range and mobility advantage over fairies, but it's extremely difficult to attack fairies without taking any damage at all. So it's very much a dance of death between both players. And EfFeCt will still need a long period of time to get enough flyings to really take down the fairies in a very comfortable manner. He's going to use the distraction here of killing the keeper to take down a very important creep count. If it doesn't get out-healed by the fountain and rejuvenation too much. I feel like he should have pulled it away from the fountain a bit more so
Yeah,
it doesn't heal.
he should pull it.
Roar, Rejuve, and Fountain. The Sasquatch finally goes down. Oh, that's a good one. Now, Orb of Darkness. Oh, no, he lost the priest to creeps.
But now he has skeleton.
Yeah, that will help with the creep. So Orb of Darkness, when it kills ground units, you will gain a skeleton if you recently hit a unit that has died. And the skeletons will fight for you for a period of time, which is nice. It also enables the hero to attack air, even if otherwise he would not be able to. For example, the Mountain King will gain a ranged air attack now. And it adds 6 base damage as well. While he will not be summoning skeletons from the corpses of fairy dragons, as air units do not drop corpses in this game, he will still be able to attack them, and that helps out a lot.
A player's forces are under attack.
Back to Rifles and Priest has a number of flying machines that are scouting around the map. I think I count about 6 on the right side of the map. About 6 flying machines he's going to try to harass. Keeper and Naga Sea Witch will attack flying machines with great impunity, as flyings cannot attack ground. And there's hippogriffs as well. Flyings are a little faster than hippos, correct?
Yes.
So he can.
Yes, I think
kite them
flying machine is a faster air unit.
than anything.
Yeah.
Maybe Scout Owl level 3 from Possum, but it doesn't.
But Blade Master more fast.
Blade Master best. So another one of the wind charge. He used 2 earlier on to secure the kill on the Mountain King. Mountain King has got the Belt of Giant Strength, plus 6, gains him 150 health and 6 additional damage. But the army for EfFeCt is hurt. He's scrambling to get as many creeps on the map as possible. You want to get a big piece of the pie before the game gets slower, and you cannot lose this rifleman. So you want to get as many creeps as you can. If there are no creeps on the map, you can become more defensive and turtle. But turtling on one base when there's still creeps is really discouraged in Warcraft 3 because the creeps are so important for experience, gold, and items. EfFeCt has equalized the food, 50 and 50, but LawLiet is transitioning to some Hippogriff Riders, and I wonder if he's going to add Chimeras. Do you think he would add Chimeras?
Yeah, yeah. It's why he now.
Go to T3.
Yeah.
So this did get scouted.
Went tier 3.
This did get scouted by EfFeCt. He has seen the double Chimera Roost just completing. Chimeras are not fantastic against Riflemen, but they do excel in versus anti-ground. They don't have an anti-air attack, and they do really good damage on heroes if you have enough. EfFeCt now will try to do a timing attack. Heal scroll, he's got ivory towers, 1 priest, few flying machines. It's gonna be hard to.
A player's forces
Look,
are under
look,
attack.
not so scary army. Do you think?
No, it doesn't look very scary. He can hit a pre-Chimera
Atom is
timing,
under
but he's
siege.
still up against 10 fairy dragons. And some pretty serious spell power. Nagasiwich is level 4, that means she has forked lightning. Don't forget the trends are still there for the keeper. There's Entangle. And the flying machines cannot stand still. So even as fairies are trying to run over EfFeCt's army, he will have to continue running away with his flyings just to kite the hippos. And that's a full-time job. And I don't know if he has enough APM to do it while still managing his army effectively. Nice use of Wand of Illusion there on the rifles. Those are not real, lol.
It's no dispel for priest.
I don't know. I wonder if the priests are upgraded to adapt yet. He's got 1. The towers are coming up. LawLiet really banking on finishing Chimeras here. He doesn't want to have made such a big investment and then not to use it. If these towers finish, that's going to provide a nice bulwark for EfFeCt to fall back to. And there's the first 2 Chimeras.
Oh. And only Magic Tower.
Only 2 Arcane, not the best. That's a lot of damage on the Rifleman. Mountain King is suffering as well. He hasn't even Stormbolted anyone or anything yet. And he really wants to make use of those towers. He should put the towers on the Nagasiwich. She's a big source of damage. The flying machines come back, the Hippogriffs go after them and will destroy them. Rifles are getting attacked, but we see a Chimera going down. EfFeCt is fighting back. He has taken the food lead.
Yeah,
He takes down another Chimera.
I think looking very good. Archmage level 5, and yeah, I think EfFeCt come back this game
Amazing.
after begin
Not so good.
many hippogriffs.
Rifleman power.
Yeah. Hawk, how was EfFeCt able to win this fight? You think?
So many hippogriffs, no attack ground. It's only 2 chimeras and 1 chimera is not attack because it's bolt.
Oh yeah, keep bolting 1 Chimera.
And today I told about that Rifleman's not effective.
The beauty of Warcraft 3.
Yeah.
Riflemen are no longer useful. Of course, this was a special strat, but LawLiet had a humongous advantage early on.
But I think it's because LawLiet use so unusual heroes, Keeper and Naga and Fairy Dragon, so in this case, Rifleman's
Okay.
right strategy.
There's a time and place for everything, and it looks like the time and place for EfFeCt to take a base is in LawLiet's former expansion. This is our base now, and EfFeCt starts a town hall. It's already semi-defended by relatively distant arcane towers, so it's just
Yeah,
gonna be
time
able
to
count.
expand.
Yeah.
Never too late.
So Keeper and Naga are specifically good early game heroes, right? And a little bit weaker late. I don't think even Tranquility or Tornado, should he ever get there, should be too useful.
Yes, Demon Hunter much better versus Mountain King.
Yeah.
Look at this damage.
Chimera got staffed away. Fairy Dragons, when they're in this mode, the Flare mode, they have plus 15 armor, which makes them really tanky. And they will cast a reactive spell on anyone that casts a spell. Whether it's Priest with Heal, Mountain King with Stormbolt, and it will do a jolt of damage to them. So they are the primary Night Elf anti-magic unit, together with the Dryad. So Fairy Dragons will go in that mode to try and deal some damage. But EfFeCt is 90% just raw muscle power, raw, you know, rifleman here. And so Fairy Dragons in that mode aren't too scary. A lot of hippos go down here. That's 1 down, 2 go down. They take down the flyings, but ultimately flyings are not important for EfFeCt anymore. He has stabilized on the ground. He has killed all the Fairy Dragons off, save for 1. There we go, the final one. And Chimeras just get destroyed by Water Elementals, Rifles and Stormbolt.
It's 2-0 upgrades on Rifleman.
Let's see, yeah. Right. You can tell, right, from the damage.
But still no dispel.
Oh, nice dodge there on the vault with the Staff of Preservation. Yeah, he doesn't have the Priest upgrade, does he? If we could see, I don't know if the Observer can... Oh, there we go, yeah. No Adapt upgrade for the Priest, just healing. And Tango, of course, was recently buffed as well in patch 129 PTR. It does more damage over a shorter period of time. It makes it slightly better against Dispel, because in the first few seconds it's more bursty. Nonetheless, priests are mostly out healing its damage by now. And he's mostly using Entangle to stop the unit from dealing damage in return.
I like that EfFeCt play very safe expansion, and LawLiet now LawLiet now need to leave his base.
Yeah.
And
he's out of Moonwells. He's using Moonstone just to make it Artificial Night, to get a little bit of regen. But I think the battle has been fought. Chimeras have proven ineffective, and unless LawLiet can shake 4 Mountain Giants out of his sleeve and a Demon Hunter level 6, it's going to be pretty tough. Very patient play here by EfFeCt from start to end. He didn't take some small advantage and say, all right, I'm going to go into Night Elf base, which could have maybe been the way for LawLiet to come back.
yeah, it's very bad idea. They take a fight in Night Elf base.
Yeah.
With Moonwells and shop.
Some trees, maybe.
Yeah, and also Night Elf can take all wisps to detonate.
Maybe that would have been the play at some point when LawLiet made a final stand to defend his expansion, possibly either from his main or his expansion, as Mountain King gets level 5 from a wisp with Stormbolt. Maybe he had to bring in 8 or 10 wisps in a last-ditch effort to remove the mana pool for EfFeCt. But that's water under the bridge, as EfFeCt continues to defend. Why doesn't he finish him? Well, he simply doesn't need to. He's got double economy compared to LawLiet. Another nice dodge there on the Stormbolt. But the bash!
Bash is working for air.
Orb of Darkness with bash. A priest goes down to Entangle, and a Hawk probably grinding his teeth. Why don't you upgrade your priest? Very comfortable position. It's really to play it out beautifully is the goal here for EfFeCt. He's got an advantage and it continues to get bigger. Why attack indeed? He guards the high ground here, providing a mischance on the heroes of LawLiet. And this looks to be possibly the final fight of the match. Another great Staff of Preservation, but ultimately LawLiet really lacks the Moonwell juice to heal those Chimeras back up to full. And with another air army here marshaled for EfFeCt, flying machines sound the victory bells here for EfFeCt most likely. Last-ditch effort to take down the Mountain King. Entangle, Frost Arrow, Fork Lightning, Mountain King goes down. Moral victory for LawLiet. That was pretty nice. He could try that one more time on the Archmage. Archmage is notably without invulnerability or with potion, but he does have Massive Teleport. As long as he saves it until after a possible Entangle, he should be able to get out from any threat. And the heroes for LawLiet are falling.
Yeah, hero died, but I think
The war
end, and EfFeCt now can get victory.
Yeah, he's still mining from 2 bases, mind you. He's taking down Chimeras. These flying machines have almost no natural predator anymore. It's only the heroes, and they're plenty busy as it stands. The final Chimera goes down, and I think I've seen a Night Elf do about as much with little as possible, but nonetheless it's all in vain. As the Keeper finally goes down, Archmage reaches level 7. The Keeper of the Grove, level 5, has fallen.
Oh, Naga level 6, so maybe we will see Tornado.
Maybe for fan service, he wants to show Tornado one final time before leaving the game. Can we get some fan service? He's trying to get enough mana.
He needs 200.
Is it really 200?
Yeah.
It seems kind of like a 150 mana spell, with, or maybe 20 with how useful it is. A little bit more mana. Fan, don't detonate yourself! No! Okay, here we go. Fan service, ladies and gentlemen. Tornado. It will pick up units and cyclone them. And if there's any buildings, it will deal damage to them as well. You can control it. It has random movement. And it does a number of cyclone. EfFeCt appreciates the effect of the tornado as well. And LawLiet with the fan service taps out. And the game is equalized. This man from Sweden is a man who has just equalized the series to 1-1. And we'll go to a final one.
Yeah, EfFeCt did a really good job and come back this game.
Yeah, very, very nice.
Finally, we have a series. Like yesterday, we only had 2-0s.
Yeah.
And for the first time, we have a best of 3 here now, going full distance. And I was pretty impressed with the fact they're super patient and just calm with whatever he did. Really liked his play. Do you guys know what the third map is by any chance?
So from what I understand, there's 3 map choices available.
Terenas?
Terenas Stand.
It's new Terenas.
Oh yeah.
Book of Dead. On Gold Mine, do you know?
But yeah, but not so strong against Night Elf.
Yeah. But versus who?
No, I think it's very good for Night Elf.
For Night Elf
Yeah.
against human.
Yeah, so I'm very surprised about EfFeCt.
Well, it's loser's choice ultimately. So most likely LawLiet has chosen this. As
No, I'm worried that EfFeCt didn't ban.
Well, maybe there were too many maps that he was not familiar with.
No, I think Terenas is the worst map.
The worst.
Yeah.
Play an unknown map over TS. Okay. So this is a very comfortable map to make Warden, isn't it?
But maybe it's just my favorite map as human.
All right, well, let's see. Foggy has painted a dark omen for EfFeCt, but possibly he knows something Foggy might not be privy to. The game has begun, and it's going to be the third map.
I have found that this map best to creep Mare Camp for Night Elf.
First?
Yeah, first, because can use Lightning Shield.
Okay.
But seems LawLiet will use...
Okay. So this one is for the shop first and then the expansion, yeah? Probably.
Yeah.
Or do you think he will go straight? Nah, he won't go straight to expansion, will he?
Seems even he will creep green spot, but...
Yeah.
Well,
From this green spot, you can take a Lightning Shield.
oh, okay.
But I think LawLiet just don't know about you can creep Mare Camp near your base with Lightning Shield, and it look like Echoiles.
Okay.
So at the beginning you creep Mare Camp by Priest, and it's really good for Warden.
So you have good defense, you have good experience.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's very strange. But maybe LawLiet decides that he just try to use one
Different
game
heroes?
Warden, one game Keeper, and last game Demon Hunter.
Okay.
I think it's an interesting choice because there's so many consumable items on this map, like big mana potions, invul potions. Would be great for a Warden, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think this map is best for Warden. So, but maybe LawLiet think about EfFeCt will go Mountain King. So.
Okay. And Mountain King is more resilient against Warden and doesn't have the disadvantage of getting mana burnt all the time against Warden. So he can use every bolt, make every bolt count. That could be a choice. Sometimes mind games and such styles might be indicative for why these players make these decisions. We will see how the Demon Hunter works out. And assume that LawLiet knows best. As he does get this green camp and will then walk over to the expansion.
Yeah, I think EfFeCt now creep a better point than LawLiet, because Demon Hunter now.
That would have been very good against Warden.
Yeah, mana potion at the begin.
Look at that delicate control by LawLiet. He knew he wanted to do a detonation on the water elemental to gain 42 experience and slow down the creeping of EfFeCt. But he didn't want to be such a nice guy to the point where he would also remove frost armor on the creeps, which would help EfFeCt. So he got the detonate on the left side of the water. If EfFeCt had paid attention to this nuance, he could have tried to move the water elemental 1 or 2 hexes to the right and then LawLiet would have to detonate the water elemental and remove frost armor. But he was not. He was paying attention to something else anyway.
I think it was very bad move because he lost Wisp and now lost Scout.
You don't think it's worth it to do a single water elemental detonate for the 42 experience?
It depends. For example, if you play Warden
Player's
and
forces are under attack.
each experience is very important for level 3.
Okay.
It can be, but now Demon Hunter and this 42 experience maybe no reason.
Not a big deal.
Yeah, I
He
think
gets level 2, but
Scout now is more important.
and when you look at the map, Foggy, what do you see? LawLiet doesn't know much, right?
Yes.
Very good insight here by Foggy on the casting
Book of Dead.
couch. Book of the Dead.
Yeah, but versus Night Elf it's not so strong item.
But you can split skeletons.
But you can
Yeah.
you can
A town is under siege.
you can kill one wisp. Like
And give how much XP? 96 XP.
yeah.
So there's a few ways he could use the Book of the Dead. What it does is it summons 4 skeleton melee warriors and 4 skeleton archers. You can split them in almost 8 different directions of the wind. Scout, attack different wisps in the Night Elf base, and so on, or to help with creeping.
Player's forces are
You can
under
also
attack.
use them to immediately, just all 8 of them, use on one big creep camp. To, for example, take something that otherwise
Oh,
would be too strong.
Immolation.
Ooh, nice. Wisp. So he staffed the teleport to the wisp. You can also use these skeletons now in your own base to try and kill the demon hunter.
Yeah, very strange that EfFeCt didn't make a tower.
Didn't expect this play, possibly. And there's a cloak as well. That's so ideal. Cloak of Shadows, best item in the game sometimes.
Very rare to see this Immolation play that late, I think. And if he goes a little earlier to the expansion, that would have been even worse because there's so many poison creeps, and that combined with Immolation is, of course, double damage.
And I think it's not so effective because this map human can buy Shredder, and
Right.
I think it doesn't matter how many peasant died because Shredder.
But the Goblin Laboratory has not been crept yet. It's further away than it used to be. It's in the middle left and middle right of the map, correct?
Yeah, so now he should run and
Get a Shredder.
yeah, get Shredder or try to creep.
Does he get the cancel on the tower? He does. That's a pretty big deal. No Arcane Tower. It was about 70% of the way down.
Player's forces are under
Oh,
Nice
beautiful.
round.
Widescreen surrounds. 1 or 2 footmen die to the creeps. Demon Hunter comes in, full mana. He's gonna maybe do some mana burn.
The downside of Immolation, of course, is that he lacks evasion, is way less tanky now. You can't really use both spells, I guess, Mana Burn and Immolation, because it just costs way too much mana. So in the late game, he will be less tanky, and if there's a Mountain King, this Demon Hunter could be a target.
Might decide to do Book of Retraining if he gets to a comfortable position. It's way too early still for that, and very good
Player's
point
forces
there.
are under attack.
Without the evasion, even without Mana Burn level 2, Mountain King will be a far greater threat.
So here we see why it was so important to kill the tower before. The Demon Hunter has basically free reign about the workers now with Immolation, but EfFeCt doing a good job in splitting all of them, so the area of effect of Immolation doesn't really work.
And it helps him to kill 2 peasants, costs a lot of mana. He hasn't turned on Immolation yet. He turned it off another 3 seconds too late in his base. That's gonna cost him a little bit of Moonwell juice.
EfFeCt, it's time to buy Shredder. Because not enough
Town is
lumber
under
now.
siege.
62 lumber, 82, and he is not even close to getting a Shredder. We may just have to give up on that dream, Foggy.
Yeah, on this map Shredder is
Player's
very
forces
important.
are under attack.
Foggy is like, put me in, coach. I'll get the Shredder. And the Zeppelin, of course.
So we saw the Pen and Brewmaster, obviously, as a second hero. Could be strong. Does he have enough experience on the map to creep him up big time?
So Terenas Stand changed a bit, right? So now, before on Terenas, you would take one or two of the really important camps as early as you could, and then one more a bit later on. But now there's more important camps. The middle, in fact, has like a level 7 creep or something, right? An Archmage. So that one drops a pretty nice item. So before on Terenas, at this point, it'll be all green camps.
He take Naga.
So
Took
timing attack?
Naga. So I think EfFeCt will rush.
Yeah.
Because for late game it's...
But no lumber. Sorry.
Yeah.
He's gonna finally go for the shredder. You can see that he has reserved 5 food in his army to hire a shredder, which costs 4 food and 100 lumber itself. He's not rushing for it. He has spent his lumber elsewhere. Perhaps he has made the final investments to finally get enough lumber. We saw him finish a lumber mill. Maybe he gets the lumber upgrade. Either way, let's stop focusing on the lumber and see what else he does. The footmen drop low. They have defend upgrade. Fire breath comes in. It's only level 1. And will he lose a dryad in such a manner? It just survives like, what is it, 2 HP? 10. So he must have had 10, because Night Elf units do not regenerate in the day. Excuse me?
EfFeCt keeps all the footmen alive, but for how much longer? Is there a Zeppelin? Yes, there is. Good way to escape if the Dryads can't really catch him, and they don't.
Sims say he will play without Shredder, just.
Without lumber.
New meta, just gold. LawLiet on the way to tier 3, of course, Bears is the standard here with a few Fairy Dragons. Maybe a Hippo against the Zeppelin.
Actually, Arcan's Centrum ready, and now it's very good time for rush, because Night Elf only now has started tier 3.
Yeah, he's going over it.
What? It's red spot?
Yeah, it's changed. Before this is level 131 or 333 or something. Now red orange spot with a dark wizard level 8, dropping a greater mana potion. This camp got changed as well. Used to be level 11333. Now there's some level 4s. Maybe some better items as well, more experience.
I think EfFeCt will take 2 scroll of healing and try rush LawLiet expansion.
Do you think he will do like Infi style towers from very far away as a fallback point? Like start them on the other side of the bridge, build some towers closer and closer and do like an infinity push?
I think he will play more aggressive, like
proper attack, towers in range.
Yeah, because for far away tower not good, because Night Elf can make chimeras.
Okay.
And
on Echo Isles you usually see this, like they tower the shop and then they tower over the other side of the water, but then you're guarding the shop. Here I guess there would be nothing to guard if you start that far away. And do they actually go chimeras against that? Against that kind of slow tower mortar push?
Yes. Chimeras is the best option. Also you can go mass bears with high upgrades.
Okay.
And try kill many towers and
just
use
break through.
Use TP, and after that healing with rejuvenation.
Oh, okay.
So two option.
Okay, so you either go the tech route or the brute force route, and then TP out. Either way, the attack is underway. It's a pre-80 food attack, just as predicted pretty much. Timing attack with basic units before LawLiet reaches a critical amount of bears. But if we look at the food count for LawLiet, it's pretty impressive as well. He's only 4 down, and he is at tier 3.
Yeah, I think now is very good timing for LawLiet. Bears, master bears ready. There's a big question how many fairy dragons he have.
Must be at least 2.
Only one.
One fairy dragon.
Oh, 2 lumber mills.
It's Yumika style.
I was hoping he would do this. Lumber mills build fast. They cost no lumber and they cost only 170 gold. Very tanky. They're going to be a artificial barrier to hide behind.
And in the back, the tower is coming up. I would love to see Blizzard now against the Bears, but I think at the moment, oh boy, that Fury Dragon did a lot of damage against the casters.
But EfFeCt micro is very good.
He has taken down one fairy dragon, the other is dropping to half-life, goes down as well. No more fairy dragons.
So
now
early a scroll of healing.
they can use casters freely as how they like.
There's so much mana on the Naga with a big potion. There's gonna be a lot of Fog Lightning raining down on those bears.
Demon does reach level 5 though. Does he still
Towers
have,
up.
does he have
It
immolation?
was last scroll of healing.
So good for the Demon Hunter to have the big potion of healing there. Naga's still a great damage dealer. LawLiet has to retreat a little as the bears are falling. And now he kind of established that. There's more towers coming. He has the lumber mill up for a little blocking. I think EfFeCt is in a very good spot still.
Equal food, but LawLiet is level 5.5 almost on Demon. 5.2. Almost. He's almost at almost 5.5.
Yeah, we all know that the Metamorphosis ultimate of the Demon Hunter can turn games around. Doesn't really matter how desperate it looks before.
He needs more lumber mills.
Yeah. He's got the gold. He's just repairing the one he has. It's like friendship. Maintain the one you have before finding a new one. Does he build another lumber mill? There we go.
Yeah.
It can die instantly to fire breath. Cancel. And it does. Fork lightning on the demon. Mana burn. 7 mana he gets for his efforts. The bears are getting funneled through a very tight corridor. One bear drops low.
No scrolls.
Oh my golly. That's a lot of damage on the human army.
Naga's about to fall there. No staff as it seems. Oh! Beautiful swap of the potion there. And the Demon Hunter, can he be staffed out? I don't know if he has. Oh my god, the Archmage is down. EfFeCt has to abandon this attack.
Yes, as the dust settles, we can see that 74 food LawLiet. He's on a higher tech. The bear does not go down to the guard tower. Great micro. Demon is 5.6. Panda must be something like 4, 4.1 at this time. 4.5. Big army, very diverse, and EfFeCt has fallen back. He does not have additional income, and with that, that was the single most important fight of the game. At this point, EfFeCt will have to pull some magic, and it looks very, very tough to come back from this point onwards.
Hawk, what do you think? Should he go for Blizzard now?
Yeah, sure. But he needs mortar teams.
Could take a little too long, maybe.
Yeah, it doesn't even have the workshop.
Town is under siege.
Yeah, but he continued to produce rifle mines.
I feel like he needs some area of effect to get rid of the bears, because there will be too many, and he has basically no blocker line. Like, how many breakers does he have? 2? 1?
Yeah, that's about it. And he's fighting against the clock because he has a worse tech army, and he's also fighting against the hero. And Zeppelin actually gives experience, doesn't it? I think it gives XP. One of the few non-combat units that gives experience.
One thing we have to mention, of course, is the Night Elf have a free expansion. Once the main gold mine is dry, you can just walk over the Tree of Eternity. It will take some time, but you don't have to build a new Tree of Life.
Panda, abolish Dryad magic. Okay, I really messed that up. Panda gets level 5 from abolish magic from the Dryads. That's Fire Breath level 3. We see another base coming out for LawLiet in the bottom left. And EfFeCt is going to find that on the way to the expansion. There's another 76 food versus 76 food coming up. But LawLiet only needs a few kills to get Demon 6 and to transform
it's
into...
bad position.
Yeah, a really wide open space.
He need fight on bridge.
Yeah.
So last chance.
Yeah, as I said, he has no blockers. Usually you would block the Panda with the breakers and try to burn his mana with the feedback ability the breakers have. Oh, he has Blizzard. Oh, nice. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah, but rifleman's too bad in late game.
Fairy Dragons are coming in, and that's going to deal a lot of damage. Look at that mana flare on the casters. Priests and sorceresses dealing additional splash damage. And here comes the Fire Breath with the Drunken Haze. And that's going to be GG with the first victory to Korea. Congratulations to LawLiet with the 2-1 victory over EfFeCt. The Demon Hunter, the Harass, the Lumber Deprivation. It worked out in the end. And LawLiet gets that victory.
Yeah, Korea striking back after the big disappointment yesterday. They finally have the first achievement of this tournament for them. Maybe they pick up with the momentum now. Here we see LawLiet's back. He will join us here for a little post-game interview. So, guys, you will be playing in the next games. How comfortable are you feeling for the Clanwar later on?
Well, I think we will win.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. All right.
2-0.
Confident?
3 one-on-ones left, 2-on-2. Confidence still abound. It's just one match. You'll take
Yeah,
them one at a
we
time.
have happy. It's our secret weapon.
I don't know if it's so secret, but it's definitely a weapon.
It's
that's
very
for sure.
dangerous weapon.
Indeed. So next will be the 3 versus 3 versus 3 versus 3. So you guys have to set up your battle stations and join it.
Yep.
I hope you have some fun there and wish you good luck.
Thank you very much. Do
Right.
we have a chance to interview the players?
Yes, you
Shall
leave.
I make space for it?
You can stay, I guess, and then we have the 2 players. We just exchanged the players. You
Okay.
stay.
Thanks, guys.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you.
I like to have you by my side, man. You know that.
All
You
right.
say-
Let's pick their brains, Neo, to see what went down in those games. Some
Exactly.
pretty interesting ones. Lots of different starting heroes as well, as EfFeCt and LawLiet join us here on the couch.
LawLiet, congrats.
Oh, thank you.
Was it hard or harder than you thought?
Yeah, it's really hard. When I my warden level 6, I try blink level 3, but it's really hard to me.
The change from 1 second to 4 seconds.
Yeah, really.
Did you have experience with this change yet, or it's the first time you feel it?
First time.
First time.
Yeah.
So a little disappointing.
Yeah, oh, so sad.
Do you think they should maybe reduce it to 2 or 3 seconds?
He's night elf, of course. Sorry. You ended up winning that game anyway.
Yes.
EfFeCt, you lost the first game. You had a comprehensive strategy with steam tanks. Very good early game. You got your expansion up without too much trouble. And a nice move with the Footman, depleting the mana so that Lightning Shields could not be used for him to creep early. You killed the Tree of Life at some point and you town portaled out.
Yes.
Is this the point where you feel like you could have done things differently? Take us through the game.
Well, my army wasn't that big. I had most of my food was in tanks. So my goal was after I had killed expansion to make like 100 food air or something. But his heroes were too strong. He crept the entire map. And from that point, I was so far behind I couldn't win.
LawLiet, in that game, you had the Warden, and you were level 4 or 5, and
Yeah.
no second hero. And then you scout the workshops or the
Yeah.
tanks at some point. You didn't have the Panda second, so were you a little concerned, a little worried, not having Panda going up against tanks?
Yes, if he don't build workshop, then I will use only 1 hero.
Right.
Yes.
And when did you discover the workshops? When did you find the tech?
I don't know.
As when you see the workshop, you immediately get the Panda, right?
Yes.
And what was the game plan? Just defend forever and then try to get high-level heroes?
Yes, and change my skill, Pen of Knife, and kill Peasant,
Yeah.
and go to level 10. It was my plan.
Okay.
EfFeCt, Hawk was saying that once you killed his expansion at the 12 o'clock position, maybe you should go into mortar teams rather than more tanks. What
Yeah.
do you think about that?
I normally don't like it versus Warden because they get nuked so easily, especially with the Panda also. But perhaps I feel like I needed more knights, more breaker, more wall to protect them.
Just more real
Yeah,
units,
yeah.
which wasn't tanks.
Yeah.
The second map was very interesting. We see you using the new Keeper of the Grove,
Yes.
but you open with skill Trent, and you
Yes.
get 2 different mercenary camps
Mhm.
of creeps. You had a great start.
Yes.
What happened?
What was my plan? I tried second Pandor and Barreled Riot, but his archmates go to camp, so I tried Pig Naga and he used TP, but I forgot Bill Hunter Soul, so I used Fairy Dragon.
So I see. You were so busy with the micro.
Yeah.
I see. And did you know that he's going to play mercenaries like this? Because you tried to fight him over it on the second
Yeah.
spot.
I didn't think he would go for both. I thought he would go for his own. So I was quite surprised when he stealed my Murloc.
That was supposed to be yours.
Yeah, that was mine.
And he got
But yeah, it was a tough beginning, and especially his choice of units were quite surprising. So I was quite baffled. I didn't really quite know what unit composition would work best.
Yeah.
So I just made like every anti-air I had like.
Try each one.
Yeah, I tried something, and eventually it worked out.
So that worked out. And then the final game. LawLiet, you made another change again to your strategy.
Yes.
You went for Demon Hunter first.
Mhm.
But Foggy was thinking, you're one of the best, if not the best, Warden user against human.
Mhm.
And it's a great map for Warden. Why the Demon?
Cause first map I use Warden and second map KOG. So I try to DH
Why? For fun? For surprise?
for fun.
And it worked.
Yes. But I wish dead book on Expo, but no dead book, and he has dead book. I'm disappointed. It.
But you sold it, right?
Yeah.
You think it's just gonna give a wisp detonate
Yeah.
XP?
I wanted to staff to his Ancient War and cancel the expansion, but I saw that he had Wisp there, so I was like, screw it.
Never mind. Very cool game, and a very close 2-1 victory. The first 2-1 of the tournament, correct?
Indeed, very good series to start with. Thank you guys very much. Now, as we said, 3 versus 3 versus 3 versus 3. I hope
It's a lot of threes.
lots of threes. Yeah,
Yes.
let's just call it the threes. I think you're on one team, yeah.
Yeah, we are
All
one
right.
team, same team.
All right. So each legend has one Korean and one European. Grubby, who's in your team?
I was fourth choice in the draft, so I had about average. I mean, I had like a few options left, not entirely down on no options, and not the first choice either. I chose Lin and Hawk.
Pretty solid, I'd say.
I think it's a good team,
All right.
but we have some surprises for the game, so it's not gonna look like what you might expect from us in one-on-one. Let's put it like that.
Okay. We'll see about that. The game is coming up. 12 players once again. We had a lot of fun with the FFAs yesterday, so let's see what the chaos is bringing us this time. We go into a small break here at the Blizzard Warcraft Invitational, and then in 90 seconds, we'll be back with the action.